way I knew I could do it, I get it from God. And he gave it to me, so I'm utilizing it.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, shaking like a 57 Chevy. Need to hear that horn, that tuba.
That's how we do it, y'all. So being ready for it. Back to holla. Come on.
All right, let's go. Here we go, y'all. Lafayette Cemetery number 2, one of the oldest cemeteries in the city of New Orleans. Follow me this way. Right here, I'm gonna take you and show you what the Young Men Olympic Benevolent Association bury our second line members. We fortunate enough to be a benevolent association, meaning that we take care of the dead. You know, we bury the dead and we take care of the sick. And this is us right here. 1882, incorporated 1883. And that's how we got started in 1884. And like I said, we've been parading through the city for a long time. We are the oldest benevolent association in the state of Louisiana, and also the oldest in New Orleans. So this is us, Young Men Olympic Benevolent Association. And like I said, it's my job, scrape some of that grass off, make sure that some of this grass up clean right here. Just doing what I normally do, you know, as a grand marshal of the organization for the last 6-7 years. So, for people who don't know, we got different social and pleasure clubs that represent different part of the city. It's a fellowship club. You have at least close to 35, 40 social clubs. Uptown, you got the Lady Buckjumping, the YMO, you got the 7 War got one, you got the 17 got one, the Pigeon Town Steppers. Across the canal and the 9th Wall, you got the 9 times.
I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna start the ball up. She said, "Watch your mouth before she started."
What we doing right now, we putting our decorations together. You know, a lot of clubs usually pay somebody else to do their decoration, but we doing our own decoration this year to symbolize who we is and what we stand for.
That's too much on it, dog.
That's too much?
Yeah, you said it's bubbling up on you. It's too much.
Give me a napkin.
Yeah, it ain't gonna come off. No worry about it.
Yeah, it's on there now. Look, it's on the 3rd floor too. Under the
Don't
stairs.
spray so heavy. You can just do it light on you. See, once you do it light on there and light on here, they're gonna stick regardless. You see what I'm saying?
All right, feel it.
You ain't gotta go heavy with it.
All right. There's just no way in the world I'm gonna be able to. My hands gonna be shaking. I can't do that.
Come out your pocket.
Can't mess nothing up though, unless you cut wrong. That's the only thing you can mess up.
That's enough. You gonna fold it over. Smooth it out.
Right there. I'm right there, bro.
Spray it again like that. You're too close.
I got an itchy trigger finger, Lemon.
We got a new member right here. He's scared to come out the door. We got a new member right here. He's scared to come out the door with the hoodie on. Him over there with the hoodie trying to hide.
Got butterflies.
They say I'm scared, so I'm scared.
little nervous. I'm all right,
Don't say
bro.
what we think.
Come on.
Tell the truth. He's scared.
I'm a little nervous. This is my first time. I've been watching them all my life. Well, not all my life, but
The last 60,
the
17
last
years.
17 years. I just go to the second line.
If you do, it's a dance move.
You still do a
It's
move,
a dance move.
and it's a dance move. Nobody never know that you fall because if you do it in
stand
a
with
way,
the rhythm.
you just do it with the rhythm, man. They'll never know that you fell out.
I fall a lot.
Then you drunk. If you drunk, then
I
you
fall a
know.
lot.
Anxiety coming. Wait on top. We on our way. Let's get it.
How long we got?
6 more days in the week up. We got 6 more days in the week up. We got 6 more days in the week.
Second line can have different meanings. It can have, you have a meaning where you free spirit, you come and have a good time, you come in to see different moves, different footwork, different outfit, different clothes. It's just second line has a meaning of its own. Why the word called second line? I don't know why. I just know their name is second line. You got a jazz band, and people just rolling along up the street, going to different neighborhoods, different blocks, and just having a good time. Listen to the music, singing the songs, making up new songs. It's just something New Orleans that gets you away from everything else. It just gets you away from all the negativity, all, just the stuff that you just want to get away.
We got the ladies, 9 herself, in the building for 5 years. For 5 years. The anniversary is next year. Come and see another finale. Mr. One.
I ain't want holiday. This don't know what they're in store for today. I ain't want holiday, man.
Man, what?
What time is that, bro?
4 hours.
Right. How much long we have to wait?
Give me a watch. I need a watch. I need to calculate the time right now.
We leave here. I like what I'm talking about. We leave here.
Oh man, stop the mama, brother. Y'all gotta get some.
That nigga said, "Damn your
Stop the
mom."
mama, brother. Yeah.
A lot of guys used to always say, because they see me dancing, they say, well, man, you ought to come and join our club, uptown. Yeah, come on, join our club. I tells everybody, it ain't where I'm from. I'd rather do it downtown where all my brothers and loved ones and everybody that didn't pass away or died down. So I'd rather let their spirit see me do my thing downtown where they at. So when I'm dancing, I got number of spirit in me from all them that's dead and gone.
Come on. Give a little something. Give a little something. Oh. Come on, low. Yeah. He ready, what?
Yo, don't let no big boy be.
A lot of these dudes I grew up under in the project. But I strayed away, went to prison, started doing drugs and all that. And I came back, man, coordinated and wising up. So I said, I started dancing. I said, I'm gonna join a club. But I couldn't join any club. I had to join a club where I was from. And 9 times I had a club, Desire Housing Project. And I've been excited like I am right now all 5 years. My brothers and them, And I took it with brotherhood for that because if I go to messing up, they gonna catch my back. They gonna tap me on my shoulder and say, calm down, Woodside. Cause I'm vital. I'm vital to them. I go out, and that's where they come in at. They be watching over me and think, like, it's real brotherhood. True brotherhood. We all from the same bricks.
Please go in the back. Hey, y'all don't know how to put on the damn. Y'all mama ain't never taught y'all how to put on the kilt.
I never wore a fucking
Woo, they feel comfortable too. Oh my God.
All this alligator, all that's alligator right there. They're gonna turn blue and green outside in the sun. So watch our feet, cause our feet can't feel us now. Your skirt, your cue should be the last thing y'all put on, dog. Y'all gotta put on y'all shirt. Cause they gotta wrap around y'all shirt. The cue should be the last thing y'all put on. Nine. Ton of fun, baby. Let's get it. Lundini, what it do? You already know. Strong man. Look at him. 5, 4.
You ain't put on no undergarment, so you won't be a hot girl. In the cold girl world. In the cold girls world, you want to be a hot girl.
You moved out last night, it was
gonna be cold.
And my bag was packed already.
So you should have repacked and then added.
Look, this is sticky.
Alright,
I gotta put my tie on.
And then we gonna see how it look with the tie. So the tie going in the corset.
Alright.
Girl,
why you got that
I'm ready.
so you outside?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Love you.
Oh, the bag?
Tiff says she love you.
Alright,
Love y'all.
Alright, y'all know what he needs.
See you on the route, Mom.
All right.
There's a booty look something big.
Oh,
Why you laughing?
don't let me that, girl. I'm gonna turn my bag for you.
I got everybody money in the envelope ready to roll. From the band to the boatman to the picture lady.
What band are you going with?
Free spirits.
Okay, so I can have your band over here.
Right. No, we're coming out next door. We're coming out from this back door.
No,
at
I
11:45.
need to know what band.
We have free spirits. We're coming out this door at 11:45, going around to hit that door at noon.
No, y'all coming out at 12:45 because we gotta roll out because we still have to go up the street.
We're coming out at 11:45.
We have to still get up the street. though.
11:45. You told me 12:45. I'm asking you.
No, because
You told me 12:45.
No,
Is
I
it
didn't.
11?
The parade starts at 12.
So that's what I'm saying. So you're saying 11:45.
Yes.
Okay. So we're
I'm
coming
not arguing.
out this. No, it's not an argument. It's a conversation.
It's the final countdown. Everybody countdown.
Who bring in your shoes? You can't go outside with that, yeah? You go get them shoes. You go here. You get it.
About to take over the streets.
Gotta get your money work, baby.
Way downtown. We've been comparing, planning colors, attire, floats, permits, city streets, hidden the streets, bands. We're ready. It's our turn.
Way
I said 6 wall, 7 wall, 8 wall, 9 wall. I said 3rd wall, 10 wall, 12 wall, 17. I said 3rd wall, 10 wall, 12 wall, 17. I said 6 wall, 7 wall, 8 wall, 9 wall. Downtown. I said 6 wall, 7 wall, 8 wall, 9 wall. I said 3rd wall, 10 wall, 12 wall, 17. I said 3rd wall, 10 wall, 12 wall, 17. Come on. Way downtown, 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 way downtown.
You see, I'm trying to do some kind of way. This little clear bead got in there with my blue beads. Now, I've got to pull this apart to get that bead out. I don't know where that clear bead even came from. I'm not even using clear beads. But yeah, so when I went to Ghana, it looked just like I was watching a second line. I was watching a funeral, and in Ghana, for their funerals, they wear red. That's the funeral color that they wear, red. But the procession, I stood on the sidewalk, and the procession came in front of me. They had the umbrellas up, they had the handkerchiefs up, and they had the brass instruments. I was like, oh my God, this is exactly like how it is at home in New Orleans. Exactly. So I saw that. That was the immediate thing I saw. And then I immediately saw, after that, they had a party. And they celebrated the life of the deceased, just like we do here in New Orleans. Same exact thing.
Grab your neighbor's hand all over this place. God knows how to bring us together, whether we want to come together or not. God knows how to bring us together. Can I tell you, death can temporarily remove us from those we love, but it transfers us into the presence of the one who loves us most. Amen. The other day, on last week, tuna was just transferred. We know tuna is with the Lord. I wish I had a witness in here. The Bible says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Don't allow a fear of death to prevent you from experiencing a full and abundant life. So many of us were scared to die, and it's because we don't know where we're going. But when you know that 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 you know heaven belongs to you, you have no issue with death. You have no problem with death. I wish I had a witness in here. Just look at somebody and tell them this world is not our home. We're just pilgrims that's passing through. That's why you can't get too comfortable here.
Let's go!
be the better way to send somebody off in a jazz funeral. That's so New Orleans. Like, you know, without that, it wouldn't even feel right. You know, I mean, we are the people that celebrate that. That's what we do. You're going to a better place. That's the way we look at it. So we gonna dance you off. And I know a lot of people don't get it, but I wouldn't want it no other way. Like, I would want people to have fun at my funeral, celebrate life, and remember me in a good way. That's what that means. So without that, like, there's no New Orleans. Without having that, that's not us.
I drop them in this, I call it a witch's brew. So it's orange peels, lemon peels, parsley, onion, garlic, thyme, bell pepper. And the juice in the pot outside has my seafood burl in it. But the potatoes is the last thing I do because they don't take long. They go in this big pot. They boil for about 20 minutes. And then I take them out, put them in a pan, and wait till the seafood night starts. We deal with so many things. You know, sometimes when they say you have to laugh to keep from crying, well, you have to dance to keep from cutting up. That's what I think. If you could put it on there, put it back on there for me. Yeah, you know, you got to dance to keep from cutting up sometimes. And plus, we love to dance. Dancing is fun. And it's a release, you know. It's a release of so many things, good things, bad things, you know. You just dance your troubles away.
Got it. It's the high-rise intake shroud cover. Took 3 hours, how many ever minutes. But I stayed with it, I didn't give up. I stayed with it. Because my best friend need this ride to get back and forth to work. Yeah. Never worked in the shop in my life. Always was in front of a door. And if the dog catch me, I go get me a lamp and finish the job. And got my fan. And I'm good. I'm a totally different character when I'm dancing. I block everybody out. And I be in my own world. I could walk in the ballroom. It could be a reception, a block party. I just go out there and go start dancing. They be like, wow, look at him, look at her, both. It doesn't matter, it's a human being that know how to dance. Now hear that beat, I'm gone. They can't keep up with me. They're like, how you do that? Bow, 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 bow. Stay with the beat. You be in your own zone. Like everybody else out.
Hustler do his own style. It's like no matter how people dance, Hustler do the dance for him. It's not the words to the song, it's the background, it's the beat. Hustler stands out everywhere we go when it comes to dancing because it's not nothing that you sing. Oh my goodness. Love at first sight, I believe in that, for real. It's just that at that time, Hustler was with someone, I was with someone. So when we did the love flirt thing, it wasn't nothing serious, but we did respect that we was with other people. So we never tested the water or anything. We did joke, if you ever single and I'm ever single, we will get together. When we got the certificate, the judge said, do you want it to say bride and bride or bride and groom? And you know, Hustler being a comedian, how I'm dressed. I look like I'm dressed with a veil, you know? But just that option to respect the lifestyle, you know what I mean? True, we are both lesbians. True, Hustler is a woman and have daughters and have grandkids. Hustler will always be a her and a grandmother first, no matter what. When we say him and his, it's just mainly a choice. You know, no different than them saying a drag queen in a dress. You're not gonna really say him and you see she have heels on, right? So it's really just a preference on what we call each other, you know, and what we're comfortable with.
I used to pass that way and see you. Yeah.
Good night, everybody. How y'all doing?
Drag night is amazing. It take you in a whole nother level. You know, it's just like, why is this guy dressing up and why is they giving them tips to sing a song that's already recorded? Like, what's this about? You know, you have this everyday regular life and it's just drag night. Everyone is dressing up.
Yeah, but anyway, y'all, thank y'all for coming out here. Y'all give up for my little niece child. She graduated. Yeah, she a flight attendant. She be way up there. You enjoying the little job? You pluck you something yet? No, not yet. Oh, not. You married? Oh, he waited till you got your job. Girl, now that's dirty. You know what I'm after. Watch him. Don't put him over your insurance, niece. I don't trust him. Anytime you want to put a ring on her finger, now she don't got a. But don't let that go too far to your head. No, don't get big head, you know, because a lot of these flight attendants thinking they all that and all that. Bitch, you ain't nothing but a waitress in the air. Just a cocktail whore in the sky.
It is nerve-wracking, like for the wife, because you, like, I hope the song don't skip. Or, you know, oh, I hope she studied her twist or her part. You know, it's nerve-wracking to get through
those 120 seconds.
Put y'all hands together at this time for the talents of the one and only Mr. Hustler.
Some people this is what they live, this is their truth. And you have some people that's still struggling with their truth. And they come out to release that, but when they go home, they live in how the household want them to live. You know, so they have a struggle with that. So you have people that need this night to be free.
Start from strutting to the diagonal. When they get here, for the most part, they're like 9th graders, 10th graders. They have no clue what to do with their bodies at all. They have no clue. They don't know how to use them. They don't know how to work them. They don't know when to hold back from it. They don't. So one thing that I do try to teach them is control. I don't want them to be sexual, but I want them to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be confident in their bodies, and I want them to be confident as young women. Of course, when they get out there, they have on those little uniforms, they have on a leotard, they're marching down the street, and you know, they're exposed, but at the end of the day, I don't want them to be looked at as sex objects. I want them to be looked at as confident young women. Think about what I got out of it when I was on the dance team. I want to give them an escape, a place that they can be themselves. I want it to be, I try to make it as sacred of a place as I can. I always tell them that, like, as soon as they make the team, this is a sacred environment. When you're mad, come here and release. When you're happy, come here, be happy and release. So I try to make it a real sacred, yet a home environment, yet somewhere that they can always feel safe. Because, you know, sometimes, especially with them being young women, I feel like they don't have that place that they can, like, just be themselves, another place that they can, like, connect with other young women. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Even when I was younger, I always wanted to dance. And I went into middle school and I joined their dance team, and seeing Cars dance team, I was like, oh, I gotta be on their team. So I did what I had to do, worked myself to get on the team, and now I'm here. We do a lot of different like styles. Instead of doing like more formal dancing, we do a lot of, you know, I made this up on my own. I want to show y'all something new that I did. I want to pop, I want to shake or something like, that's like our style, yeah.
excited when they tell you that you're gonna march in the parade at night. You're gonna go to Jackson Square. You're gonna march up Canal. You know you're gonna have family members on the sidelines cheering for you. But at the same time, it's a competition. There are other schools. So it's like our drum cadres have to be the best. Our routines have to be the best. You save your energy for some of the smaller streets. And you know when you turn on Canal, you have to step your game up. You know the mayor is watching. You know so many city officials are watching. And you want to do your best. But you get so tired. Oh my goodness. And you have school the next day. Sometimes a test. And you gotta march. But it's the culture, so you adapt. And for us, it's normal.
You don't even notice the crowd, honestly. You hear them, but you, like, by you dancing, it's like you're in your own little world, and it's like the music from the band is flowing through you. It's just like one big, I don't know, you just feel good.
City, somebody's dancing. Me and my friends could walk down Decatur right now, and there's 9 times out of 10 there's gonna be a random man on the side playing drums on a bucket. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop. Me and my friends are gonna dance. We're gonna second line. We're gonna do all of that, like everything we can do. I'll do African dance, second line ballet tap, anything you give me, anything I'm feeling at that time, I'm gonna do it. And I think that I do feel like I get that also from the city. So yeah. New Orleans has a lot to do with dance, of course.
Mardi Gras Indians, that is a perfect example of black men asserting an active resistance. Mardi Gras Day. I'm talking about when they first started masking. You have to remember, black people weren't allowed to be on Canal Street. We didn't have Mardi Gras. That's why our carnival was in our neighborhoods, in our communities. And so a black man in his regular life may have been a laborer, a brick mason, a painter, a mechanic, or whatever. But on Mardi Gras Day, he a chief. And he stands on the streets. And he bucks the police. Do you know how dangerous that is? That's dangerous. But it's an act of resistance. For that moment, he's saying, I'm not Joey the plumber. I'm Big Joe, big chief of this particular tribe, demanding his respect. So yes, there are definitely examples of in the culture that demonstrates acts of resistance by the mere fact because they're still here and just existing.
Bust them now. Oh, don't do that.
I got the eye on the world with the 13 states.
That's that little chief head. And I killed the possum there. And that's the little baby wild hog head there.
Let me see the possum again.
Shall I carry the axe today? Or just go with the staff? The axe? All right, I got that. And don't forget, I got that third world trouble stick to carry too,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So how about this? How
It's a
about
third world trouble stick. That's it.
that's it? Cool. Cool. I let somebody else. How about that pretty lady right there?
Which one?
Carry the staff.
Which one?
I don't know, that pretty young lady right there. Which one? You pick somebody.
Don't worry about it.
What was it?
It's something pop.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll fit better.
That's right.
Look, you're not looking. Try it like that. Don't do it with one hand. See, you keep putting the stick like, you keep putting your hand like that. And just do it with that hand. Excuse me, baby. Let me get around that way, Keith. Oh, wee. Coochie Ma.
If you've been in this long enough, you can really tell who's really into it and who's not.
Before you go out though?
Now, I don't know if she's gonna do this when she get bigger, but this is her third year massing. But in the event that she don't want to do it anymore, we won't make her. But I picked her.
Hold it in your pocket.
Everything she has on is handmade by me. No machine. It looks like it. None of it is done by machine.
It ain't tight, huh? This one.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna take it off for a minute. Coochie Ma make no hoom by from way up top.
Give me that, BJ.
Indians walking ella make boom boom achi wawa una ne Giacomo fina ne. Coochie Ma Creole Wild West from way uptown. Got the little Chief Scout with me Creole Wild West. Coochie Ma achi wawa una ne. Is it? Hey, we ready, baby.
It's important for us to still gather. It's important for us to second line. It's important for us to masquerade because the Native Americans helped so many slaves escape. And by doing that, the slaves paid homage to them. The first Mardi Gras Indians to do it was I think it's the Creole Wild West. They were the first ones to embellish themselves and dress like the Native Americans and sing and dance for them. And that's something that we've been doing for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So, you know, we still do all of those things. We still meet up at Congo Square because we celebrate, you know, freedom. We celebrate the fight. You know, we celebrate the struggle. We celebrate all of those things. That's who we are. When you come to New Orleans and you see second liners and you see Mardi Gras Indians is not merely for your entertainment. It has more to do with our culture and our bloodline than it does with actually entertaining people. So that's why a lot of people say they encounter Mardi Gras Indians and they're not that friendly. Well, it's because they're not friendly vibing because they're not here really to entertain. They're actually doing something and they paying homage to people who have died and people who died in the fight and died in the struggle. So it's more serious to them than just, oh, we look so pretty, take our picture. You know, it's way deeper than that.
We masked as Native Americans to pay homage to the Native Americans who helped the slaves when they were running away. Now, everybody have their own theory. It's not tribute, it's homage. The Native Americans down here in Louisiana who helped the slaves when they were running away. This was our way of saying thank you. Different pictures up here that we take. You might catch us in action. Like I said, a lot of sentiment. This is my cousin, raised me as a brother, showed me how to ride bikes, showed me how to be a man. You know, and his name is Ferdinand, and he designs all my sticks, my hatchets, whatever. If he don't do it, he will get mad. My Uncle Bob. He was the second chief of the Creole Wild West. He was the spy boy of the Creole Wild West. He made every suit for me up to the age of probably about 14 years old. He showed me how to sew. This is my sister. She also helps me out with my suit, like buying different parts of material. This is my oldest sister. As a baby, she makes all of the ruffles for my suit. When I started masking Mardi Gras Indian at first, they didn't tell me that I was gonna have to learn how to sew. They didn't tell me I wasn't gonna have skin on these fingers. Now, you know, I don't get in trouble, but if I would have to get fingerprinted, there ain't nothing on these streets. Because the back of the needle, my fingers get so tender until the back of the needle goes in my hand. Yeah, I have a mark right here. And you can't use a thimble. A lot of people say, well, I use a thimble. Thimble gets in the way. So the remedy for getting stuck in your fingers, even I've had like putting the headdress together, I'm pushing down on the table, and I've had the needle to come up, the big needle to come up through here. And scream so loud to my mom and them, what's going on? A needle went in my hand. So they just come up in there and I pull some 100 pipers on it and put some duct tape on it and take a shot of 100 pipers and back to sewing. It don't stop. But it's something that men here in New Orleans that we knew how to sew and put patterns together and make these beautiful suits. They're not costumes. They're suits. It's a different with a costume when somebody makes it and it's manufactured. This is an Indian suit. It's all made by me. Now, I don't get no Christmas present. I'm not married. I don't get no birthday present. The children at school gave me some candy one time. Besides that, this is me. Nobody can take this away from me. This is all me. And this is what I have. I don't own a house. I don't own a car. I own this, and I'm happy with it. We hold Indian practice on Sundays, social aid and second lines, on Sundays, because at one point in time, they used to let the slaves, on Sundays, the masters would go to the French Quarter and drop them all off in Congo Square. And all the slaves would get together and collaborate different drum patterns. I play a guitar, he played the guitar, I play the trumpet. We'd all get together, and that's where all these different sounds of New Orleans come from. We have coded signals. Each gang, each tribe has a coded signal that they use for the go. And it's something that we really don't share, but I can tell you this. If I'm going to the left, I would not say, spy boy, spy boy. I wouldn't say, spy boy, go to the left. I would say, spy boy. And I would shoot a signal, and he would know that means go that way. Some of the stuff, like I said, is coded in secrecy, but it's communication within the gang. Mare kurifayo, inyan red. The song that we sing before we go out every Mardi Gras. It's an Indian prayer to make sure that we get back home safe.
Bounce is just this generation's way of expressing themselves. The general history is that African people have been moving that particular part of their bodies throughout the entire continent. They all have a step that looks like twerking and bounce. So it's not anything new. People underestimated hip-hop, and they underestimated bounce, because I don't think people thought bounce was going to be around as long as it was. But it has proven itself to be a powerful tool to put New Orleans on the map with hip-hop.
What part I need to take out? Drop that beat on that part. Let you play this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all all coming out tonight?
Yeah, we gonna come out. Yeah, we out there. Come out. Support you, bruh. Okay.
Come out.
But the guys and the girls and the girls and the guys.
And the guys that dress like the girls and the girls that dress like the guys. That's my type of girls and guys.
Come on.
We're heading to the Vive, live at the Vive. Each and every Thursday night. I started hosting the club back in 2006, right after Hurricane Katrina. And we about to get into it. The shakedown. When Katrina came, the Vive was messed up. It was flooded out. And right after Hurricane Katrina, everyone came together and
rebuild the vibe. Not rebuild it, but fix the inside and everything. Made sure gutted it out, made sure everything was proper for, you know, to make it a nightclub again. It really is like a real community when it comes down to bounce. And people don't like for people to water down bounce or talk bad about bounce, because you have some people who, like myself, that grew up on bounce music, you know? And growing up on bounce music is the reason why I'm the person that I am today. Now, this is my job, you know? This is my duty to make everyone bounce, to make everyone dance, and people look forward to that.
Once you start to feel that music, that rhythm, and that beat, it takes over your body and it makes you just feel like you can just be loose and you could speak from your body about how you're feeling. You could be going through a depressed day, you could be downing out, you could be feeling some kind of way. But once you feel that bounce beat in your body, it just takes control. It just make you just loose and just out, it make you feel sexual, it make you feel free. It brings that energy to you and it makes you feel like you in control at that moment. Bounce music make me remember my ancestors. They make me remember my roots. Like, bounce music bring you back to like the picnic in the summertime when you know you about to have a family reunion and everybody else is like bucking you up like, come on, shake, work, work, work. And it don't matter if you're 2 years old, it don't matter if you're 5 years old, it don't matter if you're 55 to 65, 78 to 98. That bounce beat gonna bring that out of you because that's just natural in New Orleans. Not only is our music cultural, not only is our music freedom, but it goes back to ancestors. African culture was about the movement of the body, the music, and what it did to you. It freed your soul and your spirit.
Each generation gets the opportunity to take a step and say, this is our dance that we created, but they have not created anything. It's just being recycled over and over and over again. And it's always been a dance that people have done that people consider risque, you know, that you should not do because it looks sexual, right? But there's an aesthetic to movement. You know, if your background is ballet, bounce is totally just, you know, unacceptable way of moving the body. But that girl who decides to do that is saying, I am claiming my body. I am moving my body how I choose to move my body. And aesthetically, it is pleasing to me. So definitely, I would say bounce is an example of resistance.
I just want it to be you and me like we used to be, baby. But you don't know how to act. So matter of fact, I think you better call Tyrone and tell him, come on. You need to call Tyrone. Look, but you can't use my phone. I can make you put your phone down. I can make you put your phone down. Look, make your money. Look, that's the money. You make it money. You want it for the money. The big money. The little money. You should work it for the money. That's the money. You want it for the money. That's the money. Work it for the money. Booty back for the money. That's the money. Moving for the money. That's the money. The downtown money to the downtown money. The West Bank money. That's the money. The East Bank money.
New Orleans culture is love, is happiness, is fun, is freedom, is up, is down. My lights off, they on. Hurricane coming is not. Let's have a barbecue. Who coming to the park? Who coming to the second line? DJ around the corner. Hold on, put the shakedown on, y'all. Yay. It don't matter from 2 to 72, from 72 to 92. That's New Orleans, baby.
Will I shine like the star, bright as the eye? Will I be